Hey everybody, I just want to thank you all for being here before I get started. My name is Anthony Johnson and I am your Central Ohio Crime Stoppers Coordinator. We're really excited to announce a couple new initiatives that you will see throughout Central Ohio. But before we do that, I want to thank everyone up here, starting with the President of Central Ohio Crime Stoppers, Napoleon Bell, Chief Bryant from the Columbus Division of Police, and Brenda Johnson, whose son is unfortunately on the billboard behind us. She is the mother of a homicide victim. So as I said, we're really excited to be here and announce these two initiatives, the first of which is a door hanger initiative, and the second of which is a billboard initiative, which you see directly behind me. And to tell you a little bit more about the details of both of those is President Napoleon Bell.
Thank you, AJ. So, we're here on this occasion to hopefully unify Franklin County, unify community and law enforcement. So Central Ohio, those Crime Stoppers, is a conduit, though, between the community and law enforcement. We're a nonprofit organization made up all of volunteers from the community, so we want to do what we can do to help reduce crime and, most importantly, get justice for the victims and their families. You, the engaged community, is that anonymous voice that makes that happen. So today, we're kicking off this billboard campaign to spotlight unsolved homicides, that hopefully someone will see it and recall that piece of the puzzle, that vital tip that will bring an arrest and closure for the victims' families. As you see in our backdrop, we have one of the billboards that you'll see around Central Ohio. The billboard behind me, though, speaks of one that needs just that. James Johnson, his mother over here, Brenda Johnson, is here and will speak shortly, also accompanied by Miss Michelle Blair. Although he is not the only one, there are more. The individuals that will be on our billboards are more than just a number. There is someone's mother, father, sister, brother, son, and daughter. Your anonymous tip can make the difference, and we can't do this alone. And we appreciate our ongoing partnership with Chief Bryant and the Columbus Division of Police and all the law enforcement agencies within our 6-county jurisdiction, also Columbus City Council, along with Lamar Advertising, who is also here. And a big thank you to Mayor Andrew Ginther for his leadership to make this possible with this call to action to the community and business leaders to support and to get engaged with Central Ohio Crime Stoppers' mission, because we all are in this together. Now, one of the initiatives is the door hangers. We have developed and we want to get these door hangers out to every community. So if you have crime in your community, or if you don't have crime in your community, we need volunteers to be able to say, hey, we would like some of these door hangers to get them out into our community so that we give a voice to those who want to send in a tip or to call in a tip, but they can do it anonymously and also get a reward if there's an arrest and or indictment. Secondly, around Central Ohio, you will see these billboards showing those who have lost their lives and are victims of crime, and please help them, help their families get closure and justice. So that's what we're wanting to do today, but we want to make sure we get that out. Make sure if you need some of these, please give Central Ohio Crime Stoppers a call and we'll get some of those out to you. So next, I would like to introduce that longtime supporter, but also definitely one who is out there fighting the crime, our Chief Bryant.
Good morning. The relationship with Crime Stoppers is so significant because not only are they the liaison between the community and the department, but they've initiated so many things to be able to help us bring closure to the families. I'm very grateful for the relationship that we have, and I'm very grateful for the community for stepping up. We've received close to 2,000 tips year to date, and that is because of the community and their willingness to step up and want to help families get justice for their loved ones. And thank you to Brenda. You're an amazing woman, and I can't imagine what you're going through, but just know that we stand with you and the community stands with you in trying to get justice for your loved one. It is relationships like this with Brenda, with mothers of murdered Columbus children, that we're able to create initiatives and be able to work together to solve these crimes. We've made significant strides and we've solved many crimes, but understand we will not rest, and we know that every family deserves justice, and that's what we're working towards, to make sure that every family is able to get justice. Thank you, Napoleon. Thank you for our Crime Stoppers liaison for initiating and making sure that we're able to do the things that we need to do this. Again, we ask anyone in the community, if you have any information about any crime, please reach out, whether it's through Crime Stoppers or whether it's through the department, to let us know and give us that information so that we can bring some closure to the families that are still looking to solve the murders of their loved ones. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brenda Johnson. My son is James Johnson, my boo-boo, who will forever be 29. And this is Michelle Blair, and her son is Cameron Cates. He will forever be 19. Before I tell my story, I would like to thank everyone for helping us with this project, Project Boo-Boo. Chief Bryant, Assistant Chief Potts, Assistant Chief Bucker, Detective Ware, all the homicide detectives, Anthony Johnson and his partner, along with all of Crime Stoppers, the Lamar Company, Rachel and Natalie, you've been great, and Commander Dinner, who kept us all focused and on track. I'd also like to give a special thank you to Mike Wisser and Clayton Fesenmeyer, who made our angel pictures, and Shayla Liller, who made our shirts. I would like to thank the MOMCC for all of their support, to all of our mothers, our friends, our families. It truly does take a community. If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry, but thank you. Here's my story. Our son, James Johnson, our boo-boo, a father of 6, was murdered on October 20th, 2020 at the Sunoco gas station on Sullivan Highland in the Hilltop. He was unarmed and on his way home. His homicide is unsolved. He is our only son. He has 2 sisters, Courtney and Jessie, and 3 nephews, among many other loved ones. Cameron was murdered March 27th, 2021, also on his way home. He has a mother, a brother, a grandmother, and many loved ones who miss him also. I've tried so many things to keep my son's case out there and purchasing stuff to pass throughout the community with his information on it in hopes that somebody would come forward. I put up hundreds and hundreds of flyers, which was getting ripped down. Then I decided to put up a billboard in hopes to get answers we need so badly. Very expensive, but I'm mom and I'm willing to go broke for my son's justice. Well, I started feeling a little selfish and even guilty because Hilltop has a lot of unsolved homicides whose families could not afford a billboard. And my son might not have been perfect, but he helped everyone he could. So I decided to make this project his legacy, not his murder. I wanted his legacy to be the voice for those unheard. So I set out on this mission, hitting one wall to the next wall with no response. Michelle Blair, we're friends from the MOMCC and sisters, heard about my quest and asked if she could piggyback for Linden, her neighborhood, in honor of her son Cameron. And of course, I loved that because their homicide and crime rate is also at an all-time high. Anyway, after hitting several walls with no response from anyone, I reached out and spoke with Chief Bryant, who loved the idea and had me to come to her office about a week later. Well, it was a boardroom full of people to hear my story. Yes, I was very intimidated, but got through my presentation, and everybody loved this idea as well. After a lot of meeting and discussions on making through Crime Stoppers. My son's legacy and Cameron's legacy is to be the voice of those unheard, and it is kicking off today. I am overwhelmed and thankful for everyone who helped, knowing that Anthony Johnson went to the board to fight this fight for us and for our city. Last, I want to say, please, Columbus, stop this violence in our city. Stop killing each other. It's not worth it. Families and kids are suffering. We are mourning every day. The kids are hurting, and oh, how our kids are hurting. Walk away, but live. Talk to each other. Don't kill each other. We are losing too many of our loved ones to violence. You don't really hurt who you kill, because they're in a better place. We, the families and the kids, suffer. We did nothing. We feel the pain and agony of your decision to kill our loved ones every single day. Just stop, please. If anyone has information on my son, James Johnson, or any other unsolved homicide or crime in our city, speak up. Make that call. The number is 614-461-TIPS. Thank you. And once again, this is James Johnson and Cameron Cates' legacy. Their murder is not.
So as you all can see, we are extremely passionate about these new initiatives that we are rolling out, and we believe that it will help combat and solve the crime that's happening throughout Central Ohio. For anyone who has information on a crime that may result in a felony arrest and or indictment, we encourage you to call Crime Stoppers. That number again is 614-461-TIPS. That's 8477. You can also go to our website, www.stopcrime.org, or you could download the P3 TIPS app on your smartphone. We also want to give a special thanks to the Lamar Group, who had an amazing partnership. They were extremely easy to work with and extremely helpful in locating billboards to put throughout the city of Columbus. So with that said, we do want to thank you all for being here. We want to open up a little bit of time for any questions that you may have. How many billboards do we expect to see throughout the area?
See, I think it's 13. Well, we're going to be rotating the billboards throughout, I think about 4 different billboards, I believe. So they'll be rotating so that you'll have more new information, new homicide victims up on the different billboards. But
how are you picking the cases that you're going to be highlighting?
those, how'd you pick them?
Actually, Commander Dinner, would you like to speak on how we're picking the cases? Not to put you on the spot. She said how we're picking the cases that we put up on the...
Bethany, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's a little noisy.
That's okay.
How are you picking the cases that are going to be highlighted on these billboards?
Yeah. So when Brenda brought this to our attention, she resided here on the west side, and this is where kind of the project the initiative started. And so when we talked about locations, we decided, hey, let's look at the locations that are available from the Lamar Group, and we chose the west one of them being on the west side, and we'll rotate throughout the billboards here, and then also up on the north end in the Linden area. So we use those two, and we're going to try to spread them out because we want the message to be well received, and again, we want to partner with the community. And I think the more attention we can get, the more we can keep these in the public eye, then hopefully that will help us out and help us solve those crimes.
Any more questions? Awesome. Thank you all for being here.
My friend.